Thank you, everybody, for being here. All of you witnessed what I thought was a spectacular event tonight. Before we get started on that, I just wanted to thank everybody here from Indiana Sports Corp, everyone from Lucas Oil Stadium, my friend Patrick Talty, who was instrumental in us coming here. I want to thank Tyrese Halliburton for being instrumental in us coming here, and also Pat McAfee, who I will talk about some more in a moment. Everybody here in Indianapolis could not be better partners. I know I say that a lot. This is just a spectacular partnership here. This truly was a takeover of the city. When you flew in, it's all you saw. When you landed, it's all you saw. When you were walking through the airports, there were places to make signs if you were coming to the event. Just WWE was everywhere in this city. You could feel it with the people walking around. You could feel it everywhere we went. So thank you to everybody here for being such gracious hosts and allowing us to come in and do what we do for you. Tonight was the highest grossing Rumble in history. But more than that, it was the third largest gate in WWE history, and for a single night event, it was the largest gate WWE has ever done. We had 70,347 people in attendance here tonight. Just incredible in every other way. The only event that has beaten this tonight is last year's WrestleMania 40. The Sunday night and the Saturday night, but other than that, this has beaten every record we ever had. We had people here from all 50 states and 48 countries from around the world. That's a lot of people coming into this city. So I hope we delivered back on that partnership that I spoke about earlier to this city and to the people here, and did the best we could for them. We also, while we were here tonight, the numbers are still coming in, but we already know we set records for merchandise, for sponsorship, and the early read on viewing, both domestically and internationally, is incredibly strong. So we're really, really excited about tonight. I mentioned him earlier, but let me talk about Pat McAfee for a second. Pat, I know in many ways this is Pat's city. As we went out to dinner the other night, it felt like Pat's city. Pat's an incredible part of this WWE family. Just he's a complete original. You know, from the moment I met him, one of the first things I ever said to Pat when he came to one of our shows was, he said, "You got any advice on how I do this with you guys?" And I said, "Just be you." And luckily he listened, because Pat is a very unique person who gives us just him every week. I feel like when I listen to him on air, it's like I just want to feel like he's a buddy that I just want to sit on the couch and watch WWE with. You know, it's comfortable, and he's a wonderful addition to what we do. So happy and so glad that he's here. Him being a part of the kickoff, being part of SmackDown, being part of the Rumble, having our talent on his show across ESPN, CM Punk, Stephanie McMahon, just everybody being a part of what we do. Pat is such an integral part of who we are as a brand now and what we do. I can't say enough good stuff about him, so thank you, Pat. Additionally, before we talk about the show, it's been a big week of announcements. We announced this week WWE Evolve will launch on Tubi on Wednesday, March 5th. That will be a show that I'm excited about. It in many ways, for me, seems like going back to the very beginning of NXT, when nobody knew who anybody was. And it was just a bunch of young kids trying to find their way to get in the business, and that's what we're going to go back to with that show. Evolve will showcase a lot of the talent of our WWE ID program, and it will feature talent that are training in the Performance Center now, where we have, you know, roughly anywhere from 100, 120 talent training there at all times. Some of them are just getting started, and this is a way for them to sort of cut their teeth and get that experience of live crowds and doing live television or doing television. and really break in, and hopefully all of you will get to know them as they move up the line and, eventually down the line make it to NXT, make it to Raw, to SmackDown, to WrestleMania, and become the stars of the future. We also announced somebody who I know fairly well, is Stephanie's Places. It is with Omaha Productions, coming to ESPN Plus this spring. Steph is, for anybody that's ever met her, an incredibly insightful person interview-wise. She loves people and she loves to talk to them, and she's incredibly good at it, to the point where, as we've been taping these, majority of the people that I've seen after her do the interviews were like, dude, she made me cry. I never cry. So it's, having seen the early cuts, it's going to be an incredible show, so I'm very excited about that. Let's talk about tonight, the Rumble, two incredible winners, Charlotte Flair coming back. I think the last time she was in a Rumble was 23. Coming back after the majority of the last couple of years off with injuries and issues with that, coming back, making a statement here tonight. People say a lot of things about Charlotte Flair, which she is saying are all true. One thing you have to say is she is absolutely one of the greatest of all time, especially, and I say that, one of the greatest of all times. I'm not talking about the women's division, I'm not talking about, any division in particular. I'm just saying one of the greatest of all time. She's exceptional in that ring, exceptional with what she does, puts her heart, body, and soul into this business, and it shows in what she does. So very excited for her to come back. And then Jey Uso, who's had a hell of a ride over the last few years, seen as, maybe an indistinguishable part of a tag team from his brother. People said that was all he was ever going to be. The bloodline showed us a different side of Jey Uso and Jimmy as well. But a time for him to step into his own light, and I think he showed that tonight. The men's Rumble, the women's Rumble as well, but was electric. That final closing moment between John and Jay was incredible. Cody KO was just two guys that honestly just don't really like each other and put themselves through hell, but was incredible. And Cody continues to prove his toughness and his durability and his, I think his versatility as WWE champion, and Kevin Owens continues over and over to show why he's one of the absolute best, not only of this generation, but ever to do this. Incredible talent. So my hat's off to both of them. Tag championship match was incredible. I think that division is heating up. When you start talking about DIY, Motor City Machine Guns, Street Profits, Garza's, Pretty Deadly. It's quite a group, and that tag team division is heating up. Can't wait to see what the next few months brings. A lot of surprises tonight. A lot of people making returns and having moments. But I think the thing that was on display most to me was not only how robust our locker room is right now and how big it is right now, but how bright the future is. When you saw that women's Rumble and you saw some of the names that were in there, Julia, Stephanie McGear, Roxanne Perez, Jada Parker, just Lash. That's the future, and that future is incredibly bright. So, spectacular night, I thought, across the board. Incredible show. Talent all seemed fairly healthy. A couple of question marks out there. Also, my hats off to IShowSpeed. I sort of felt bad. Only sort of. I don't know I've ever seen a human being get hit that hard. But yeah, he's game. And my hat's off to him. I respect it. I don't know how many people, if I said there's a possibility that Bron Breakker might hit the ropes and just spear you in the middle of that ring, I don't know how many people would say, like, yeah, let's do it. and he has won. So my hat's off to him. I thought he loves the business, and he loves being around it, and I think he's great for it. So I know he wants to do some more things down the line, and we'll be happy to have him here. Before I open it up to questions, I just wanted to talk about one thing, and that is I was standing in the back listening to John Cena talk about his passion for this business, talk about how he sees the business, that he's always done what is right and best for business, and he has. John is one of the greatest performers to ever do this, but an even better person and businessman. And that's a rarity, to have all those gifts and attributes. It dawned on me tonight when he walked into gorilla position, before he walked out there, that it's the last time I'll see John at a Royal Rumble. He said it here tonight. I was back there trying to hold my emotions together as he talked about it. I was there when he very first started. I'm here when he's getting to the end, but now the clock is ticking. And each time we see John, it's one of the last times we see him in this ring. So for everybody that is out there watching, like, cherish this next year, this run that John Cena is doing. The last time, we just checked a box of the last time John Cena is in a Royal Rumble. Cherish it. If he's in your town, he really truly means this. This is it's an opportunity, and I know he talked about the Elimination Chamber, but it's an opportunity for everybody to get together that has seen him over the years do what he does better than anybody else. And there's one more time that he will come, hopefully, to where you are, pass through town, and he would like to see you. He would like to be able to get in there, do what he does as a thank you to you for being a part of his career for all these years. And that's how he sees it, as a partnership with fans that supported him. And yeah, it's coming down to the wire and down to the end. But the one thing that I wanted to say about it is, because at the end of the day, it's my decision. John has absolutely 1,000% earned the right to call the shot. So if he wants to be in the Elimination Chamber, he does not need to qualify. He does not need to ask. He does not need to say anything more to me than what he said right before he walked out here, which is, I want to be in the Elimination Chamber. So he is going to now put everything he has into paying back for everybody that watched him by becoming champion one more time. Not for him, not because he needs it to seal his legacy, not because he needs it to prove who John Cena is, but because he wants to give it back to everybody that watched him for all these years. With that kind of motivation, I find it hard to believe that John will fail. So he will be at the Elimination Chamber in Toronto. Hopefully everybody will be there to enjoy that with him, and we will be onward. But just keep in mind that clock is ticking, one match at a time.